I want to say happy birthday today to Mayor Hinton. He told me he turned 55 today, so wish Mayor Hinton a happy birthday. I know he would sure love it. Before we have our Pledge of Allegiance, we'll have our invocation. Please stand.
Heavenly Father, in your word you tell us, blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord. We know that you bless the city whose God is the Lord. You tell us to love one another, for love is from God. I just pray for wisdom and guidance as we seek solutions to problems in our community. Please guide us in the language we use and help us not to be hurtful, divisive in our comments to others. We pray for unity in our community. Please guide the council tonight through the business section. In your name we pray, amen.
Attention, salute, pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Webb, call roll, please.
Pro Tem Meadow.
Present.
Councilman
Here.
Washington.
Here.
Councilwoman Dykes. Here. President Hogg.
Here. Item 5 is presentations. We have 2 on the agenda tonight. If Mayor Hinton and Pro Tem Bobo will make their way to the front.
And President Hogg, I received notification from Director Davis of HERA that he has a conflict tonight. So
Okay.
I believe Mayor is going to present the proclamation to their board tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Okay,
in
sounds
regards
great.
to item A, 5A.
Thank you for that.
Ready?
Yes, David, if you'll come on up.
Davis.
David Northington.
We recognize a business of the month each month, and this is a proclamation to recognize Bama Exterminating, and we appreciate you being here tonight very much. Whereas Bama Exterminating has been locally owned and operated since 1930, and whereas Bama Exterminating is a third-generation family-owned business, and whereas this company initially specialized in termite control services, but added residential and commercial pest control services, and whereas Bama Exterminating has maintained its commitment to excellence while continuing to deliver exceptional customer service and creating positive interactions that leave customers satisfied, loyal, and willing to recognize the company to others, to recommend the company to others. Now therefore I, John Hinton, by the authority vested in me as Mayor of the City of Northport, Alabama, do hereby proclaim Bama Exterminating to be the business of the month, July 2023, in the City of Northport, and express our appreciation for continuing to go above and beyond customer expectations by offering additional support, personalized recommendations, and special gestures that exceed standard service level. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the City of Northport to be affixed this 10th day of July 2023. It's yours.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Say a word.
Well, I appreciate this honor that the city's given us, and
Like you said, I'm third generation. The fourth generation's out here being shy. So appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, David. Thank you, David. Thank you, Bama Exterminating, for being in the city of Northport for such a very long time and continue to do great work in our city. Item 6 is approval of the agenda. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as printed?
So moved.
Second. That's a motion by Councilman Wiggins. That's a second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Item 7 is visitors to address the council. We have 4 visitors who are signed up to speak tonight. The first one is Mr. Zach Stone, who is going to be speaking on the future of Northport. Mr. Stone? Please come to the podium, state your name and address for the record.
My name is Zach Stone, Zachstone, and I live at 4908 Oakway. First, I want to thank the council for letting me speak tonight. This summer, I've been watching from the sidelines as people have been speaking up about protecting the Northport Park and Community Center. I didn't grow up in Northport, but it didn't take me long to realize the park is important to a lot of people here. Again, the park isn't in my personal backyard, so I was originally planning to let other people stand up on its behalf. But what happened at the last council meeting changed my mind. I'm a veteran of the U.S. Army, and I've worked in the quality métier at Michelin for 19 years. In my line of work, rules and standards matter. When you don't do things the right way, things break and people can get hurt. Changing the rules about how to sell the park right in the middle of public discussion about whether to sell the park at all doesn't strike me as the right way of doing things. The council is asking people to be polite and follow the rules for making their voices heard about this. But it doesn't seem like you're holding yourselves to the same standard you're asking of the public. The Northport City government does not have the best reputation, but you have the opportunity to change that starting tonight. Northport could be a city known for its character, integrity, and high standards of conduct. To whom much is given, from him much is required. And ladies and gentlemen, you have been given the opportunity to lead this city. So choose tonight to lead well, to listen to the people, and make the choice that benefits everyone and those who are yet to come, who will live in this city in the future. I'd like to share a Bible verse that means a lot to me, and it might be helpful to you in this discussion. Proverbs 27:19 reads, "As in water, face reflects face, so a man's heart reveals the man." I believe that how the council votes tonight, whether or not to repeal the amendment protecting the city's parks, will reflect your true hearts to the people of Northport. My prayer going forward, you, the Northport City Council, will acknowledge God in everything that you do, to include leading our city. I pray that we will see tonight as a council that is willing to reflect the will of its citizens. We are trusting you to do right by us and follow the rules during this process. Ladies and gentlemen of the council, we will not forget what takes place tonight or in the coming months. So show us your good hearts tonight. Please honor your citizens and vote against repealing Resolution 93029. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Stone. Next, we have Miss Amy Lepard. She is here to talk about the Northport Community Center and Park. Ms. Lepard, if you will, please come state your name and address for the record. And I meant to say this earlier to Mr. Stone, but I think he was well aware, and there's a 3-minute limit on time, and we would love to hear what you have to say.
Amy Lepard. My address is 2315 7th Street, Northport, Alabama, 35476. Now I live in District 2. I'm here tonight to address the council. This afternoon, I delivered by email to each of you a copy of the hand-signed petition that I have here. 131 pages of signatures, represents 642 citizens and visitors to the city of Northport. All of these signatures were collected within the city of Northport at our community center, at the park, at the farmers market, in our neighborhoods. Within 10 minutes of sending this signature to the council, mayor, city officials, Mr. Hogg, I got a response back from you saying that you noticed that there were more signatures from people outside of the city, other states, cities in the county.
And that was very good to see that people love to come to Northport. So thank you for sending that.
I was taken by surprise that you were able to read through 131 pages of handwritten signatures in less than 10 minutes.
Well, it's easy to scroll through that. It's 130-something pages.
Right.
Only 4 signatures per page.
5 signatures on some, others.
It's
7
easy to
or 8.
scroll through and get a good gist of what's going on.
So as I responded, I hope that you'll take more than 10 minutes to look through
I plan
here,
to and go through
identify your
it.
constituents.
Yes, ma'am.
And hear the message that Northport is sending to our elected officials.
Yes, ma'am.
8 years ago, we protected this park from being developed for a Krispy Kreme. At that time, the city spoke soundly, as they are again in 2023, that this park and this community center are important to us. They're well-used and well-loved spaces, and the people of Northport want to retain this park and community center for its continued use now and into the future for our future generations. The only thing that has changed in the last 8 years since we protected this park before is that another generation of children have fallen in love with that space as their neighborhood park, as their community center, and as a gathering space. There's been a lot of misleading information thrown around by the public and by the council on this matter, which I find very disheartening. This is a picture of our park. It is a diversely used space. It's a gathering space for a lot of different people in our community. For seniors, for children, for families, it's a well-loved space. And the people of Northport are asking you not only to retain the space, but dedicate it as a park in perpetuity for its continued use for future generations. So I ask each of you to consider that. I also ask you to consider the dedication of the Hassan Center, Kentuck Park, Civitan Park. We want these spaces retained as our city parks and our city community centers. It's appalling that the Hassan Center was let to go to ruin under the city's watch in a previous council, and I hope that this council will see to that center being lifted up and protected along with our other community spaces. So please, I ask you to hear your constituents and recognize that we are speaking with a clear, sound voice. And y'all, as our elected representatives, please hear that.
Okay. Thank you so
you.
much.
Last thing
Next
I'll
we
add,
have-
since we've collected these signatures door to door and in public spaces, if there's anyone here tonight that hasn't had the opportunity to sign and would like to, we have additional copies of the petition and it's in progress.
Okay, thank you. Next to speak is Mr. Travis Moore. He is here tonight to speak on the opposition to repeal Resolution 93-029. Mr. Moore, thank you for coming. State your name and address for the record, please.
Travis Moore, 11446 Forest Glen Boulevard, Northport, Alabama. Good afternoon. As you are already aware, I'm here tonight to speak in opposition to the repeal of Resolution 93-029. But before I begin, I would like to take a brief moment to thank the City Council for providing me with this opportunity to speak. I would also like to thank both Councilman Washington and Councilwoman Dykes for taking time out of their schedules to directly address my questions and concerns about the potential repeal of Resolution 93-029. As for the purpose of my appearance tonight, I am sure that the Council is acutely aware that the Northport community has become increasingly more divided over the sale of the Northport Community Center and Park. I'm also sure that you are aware that opposition to the sale has grown to the point that there are over 1,200 signatures on just the online petition as of yesterday afternoon. As I have been informed by members of this Council, many concerned citizens are reaching out to you in an attempt to prevent the sale of this beloved public space. As a concerned citizen, I would like to say that the repeal of Resolution 93-029 would further erode what faith our community has in our current City Council. Should Resolution 93-029 be repealed, only a majority of the Council would be required to sell public property, opening the door for members of the Council to support the sale in private while still being on the record as voting against this sale. Should public property be sold, all members of this Council should be on record as voting for that sale so that voters know who to hold accountable for those actions. While the general public is unable to discern the internal dynamics of this Council, the repeal of Resolution 93-029 has all the hallmarks of corrupt backroom dealing. This is especially the case when members of this Council have engaged in behavior that is inappropriate for their office. Members of this Council have touted that they are pursuing the wishes of the public without providing any quantified data to back up their claims. Members of this Council have blocked concerned citizens on social media in an attempt to silence their dissent. Members of this Council have claimed that concerned citizens sharing their displeasure in their job performance amounts to bullying, and members of this Council are pushing the repeal of Resolution 93-029, while there are still questions about the potential financial gain from the sale of city property. All of these actions are beneath the dignity of our city and the office which you temporarily hold. As a concerned citizen, I strongly encourage you to listen to your constituents and maintain some degree of transparency by keeping Resolution 93-029 in place. Thank you.
And lastly, we have Mr. Walter Poole to talk about the general condition of the city. Mr. Poole, if you will, please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Walter Poole, 3001 Paddle Creek Lane over in Northwood Lake. I'm a decorated disabled war veteran. All right, first, my group is concerned with the following. Number one, Northport has a growing influx of illegal migrants. Rather than create an inhospitable environment, our city provides licenses and job opportunities. Number two, a large sign was placed in front of City Hall, Northport supports Ukraine. However, many in our city do not support dictatorships. This is rhetorical. Whose brilliant idea was this and who paid for it? Number three, many decisions that affect our entire community that should be made by a public referendum, however, are decided by a clan of 6 individuals that seemingly conform with the desires of those who donate to their campaigns. Therefore, before the next election cycle, my group will ensure every citizen in the city of Northport are made aware of these facts. You're on notice, City Council. You can be replaced. And in this next election cycle, finances will not be a problem for any opposing candidates. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 8A1 is a second reading of a permanent resolution repealing Resolution 93-029, requiring a unanimous vote of the City Council and the Mayor's approval to sell certain city property being used for recreational purposes. Mr. Davis.
Yes, Mr. President, this is a second reading to repeal Resolution 93-029, which was passed 30 years ago in 1993. The repeal of this resolution would return things back to the normal voting procedures as allowed under the Alabama Code, which would allow the passage of a resolution by 3 affirmative votes rather than 5 affirmative votes and the written approval of the mayor. It will take 3 yes votes tonight to repeal the 1993 resolution. A yes vote tonight does not sell any city property. It only changes the rules back to the normal rules allowed by Alabama City Code.
Okay. All right. Is there a member of council that would like to approve the repealing of Resolution 93-029, requiring a unanimous vote of the City Council and the Mayor's approval to sell certain city property being used for recreational purposes? And once again, as Mr. Davis said, this does not constitute any sale of property. This is only for repeal only of Resolution 93-029. Is there a member of council that would like to make a motion?
So move.
That's a motion to approve. That's a second. Motion to approve by Councilman Washington, second by Councilman Wiggins. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
While I understand both sides of this vote, I'm also very cognizant of the people who are in District 1 who trusted me to be their voice, and I just want to make sure your voices are heard loud and clear tonight, and my vote is no.
Yes.
Okay, I have no vote from Pro Tem Bobo. Councilman Washington, I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Yes. 9A1 is the first reading of an ordinance of conditional use of approval for outside storage of equipment located at 1786 Harper Road. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir. This item comes with a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission. There will be a public hearing and a vote on July the 24th.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to offer this for a first reading?
I'll offer it.
Okay, that's offered by Councilwoman Bobo. 9A2 is the first reading of an ordinance to reduce the corporate limits and establish the boundaries located at 517 Martin Road East. Ms. Ram.
Yes, sir. This item comes with a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission. A public hearing will be held on August the 7th.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to offer this first reading?
I offer it.
Okay, that is offered by Councilman Washington. 9A3 is the first reading of an ordinance of conditional use approval to locate an auto service station in a C3 General Commercial Zoning District located at 1200 Mid-Larry Road. Ms. Ram.
This item comes with a favorable recommendation from the Planning Commission. There will be a public hearing held on this matter on August the 7th.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to offer this for a first reading?
I'll offer it.
That is offered by Councilwoman Dykes. 9A4 is the first reading of an ordinance amending Section 2-36 of the Northport Municipal Code pertaining to addressing the City Council. Mr. Davis.
Yes, this is a first reading only. What it does, it changes the deadline to request to be heard to speak on the City Council from Wednesday at noon until Friday at noon, which would give the residents plenty of time to review the packet and the agenda, but give the city staff time to address whatever issue is raised.
Okay.
So it's basically, that's the only change. It's from Wednesday at noon until Friday at noon. It's first reading only.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to offer this for a first reading?
I'll offer it.
That is offered by Councilman Wiggins. 9A5 is the first reading of a permanent resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute a deed dedicating certain property as right-of-way and temporary construction easement. Mr. Davis.
Yes, Mr. President, this deals with the long-anticipated MLK improvement. AlDOT is requesting that the city provide certain right-of-way and temporary construction easement on property the city owns. This is basically Fire Station number 3.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to offer this for first reading?
I'll offer it.
That is offered by Councilwoman Bobo. Nine B1 is resolution awarding contract to Jackson Security Services for security upgrades at the water treatment plant. Mr. Webb.
Yes, it's for access control. It's ready for a vote.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
It's a motion by Councilwoman Bobo, second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B2 is a resolution authorizing water service outside the city limits for property located at 16202 Highway 171. Mr. Davis.
Yes, Mr. President, this is ready for action tonight. Staff recommends approval of providing these services.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this resolution?
So move.
Second.
That is a motion by Councilman Washington, second by Councilman Wiggins. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B3 is a resolution ratifying acceptance of the Alabama Recycling Fund Grant award from the Alabama Department of Environmental Management. Ms. Tubbs.
Yes, we received a grant for $292,638, and it has no match.
Can you say that again?
It has zero match.
I like that. All right. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt and ratify the acceptance of the grant award from the Alabama Department of Environmental Management for the Alabama Recycling Fund Grant in the amount of $292,638 for the fiscal year 2024?
So moved.
Second.
That is a motion by Councilwoman Bobo, second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B4 is a resolution ratifying acceptance of grant award for the Department of Homeland Security. Chief Marshal.
Yes, sir. We received a grant thanks to our grants manager, Savannah Nelson, for a total of $658,326, which 10% of that, it's a 10% match, which would be $59,847.82 for the city, and then the award of $598,478.18. This is for training of paramedics over the next 3 years for all course costs, materials, and backfill overtime while they attend.
That is unbelievable. Great work by our grants manager, of course. Is there a member of council that would like to adopt this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
That is a motion by Councilman Wiggins. That is a second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B5 is a resolution reallocating 2023 Northport First Funds. Mr. McGee.
Yes, Councilman Hogg. This is a reallocation of 2023 Northport First Funds, $25,000 from grant match funds to educational grants for TCHS athletics.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt the resolution allocating the reallocation of $25,000 from grant match funding to educational grants for the TCHS?
So moved.
Second.
That is motion by Councilwoman Bobo, second by Councilman Washington. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes. 9B6, resolution ratifying acceptance of the Safe Streets for All Grant Award from the U.S. Department of Transportation. Ms. Tubbs.
Yes. It's been a good night for grants. So this is accepting a grant for Safe Streets for All program. We'll do an analysis of our streets as it relates to vehicular and pedestrian safety. It is a 20% match, but we are awarded $192,000.
That's really good. Is there a member of council that would like to move to adopt this resolution?
So move.
That's a motion by Councilman Washington. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Wiggins. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo?
Yes.
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 Yes. 9B7 is a resolution authorizing the city administrator to execute a proposal for professional engineering services from Thompson Engineering for the 2023 resurfacing project. Ms. Tubbs.
Yes, as we finish up our 2022 resurfacing, we are moving into 2023, and we're requesting to enter into contract with Thompson Engineering to execute this project.
Okay. Is there a member of council that would like to adopt this resolution?
So move.
That's a motion by Councilman Washington. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Wiggins. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo?
Yes.
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 Yes. 9C is our consent agenda. This ranges from minutes, bill listings, and PO requisitions. Is there a member of council that would like to approve the consent agenda as printed?
So move.
That's the motion by Councilman Washington. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Wiggins. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, Ms. Webb.
Voting with Pro Tem Bobo?
Yes.
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 Yes. Item 10 is reports of special committees of council. If there's a member of council that would like to give an update from their committee. Okay. Item 11 is public hearings. We have none tonight. Item 12 is city administrator's business. Ms. Webb.
The only item I have tonight is to remind everyone that we have our next installment of Groove and Grub this Thursday evening at Collins Riverside Track from 6 to 9 p.m. We hope you'll join us. And I would also like to add, for this particular event, DCH will be joining us and offering free health screenings at the event. So they will be available to provide information and health screenings, along with Tuscaloosa One Place, who will also be providing some information regarding the services they provide to our citizens and the county as a whole.
Very good. Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. I'd like to remind everyone to come Thursday to the Grub and Groove event, 6 to 9 p.m. at the Riverside Track. Item 13 is departmental business. We have none. Item 14 is mayor and council members' business. We will start with the Honorable Mayor Hinton, or birthday boy, on whichever one we want to say
Thank
tonight.
you, Mr. President. Several weeks ago, I attended a meeting at the chamber office for mayors, and mayors from the Tuscaloosa area, surrounding counties attended. Senator Hubbell was the speaker. During his comments, he said they had a pot full of money in Washington for grants, and this money will go away before long. The problem they were finding was that in general, most cities and other eligible entities did not have anyone who knew how to complete the applications to receive the grant funds. So the money is just lying there. I smiled to myself because we have a grant writer who is the best. And it's no problem for her to complete applications and get grants funded. Savannah Nelson has received $1 million in grant funds in 1 month for Northport. We are so proud of Savannah and thank her for her efforts to help the city.
Mayor, I do know that in your last election, you talked about various things that you wanted to see in the city, and we've accomplished a lot of those during your time, such as the sports complex that's coming, the 15% general reserve fund, the water and sewer reserves, being a double A credit rating. You also stated that you didn't want to pay 100 pennies on the dollar. You wanted to pay 20 cents or 10 cents on the dollar. And we have taken that and really followed behind your leadership and received a grants manager and made sure that we did everything we could to receive those. So once again, that is a testament to your character, to your leadership, and the council, and I'm sure all the citizens in Northport really appreciate that.
Thanks, sir.
And happy birthday once again. District 1, Pro Tem Bobo.
City Administrator and Mayor Birthday Boy down there took the words out of my mouth for both the Groove and Grub and congratulating and thanking Ms. Nelson. I did want to add, I have been driving the streets of District 1. Many of them are terribly infiltrated with potholes. I have tried to do a few updates about where we are with Main Avenue project and some of the other road projects around District 1. But if you have specific concerns about streets that are in front of your house in a neighborhood that you think I could have missed, if you could, please just email that to me, and it's just cbobo@cityofnorthport.org.
Okay. Anything else? Next is District 2, Councilman Washington.
Speaking of potholes, Martin Luther King is right now in the right-of-way acquisition, and that's more or less they're trying to buy or purchase property for right-of-way. And also, they also installing utilities as well along Martin Luther King, so that project is moving along. Also, July 12th at the Hatson Center, they're ribbon cutting for the Boys and Girls Club, West Alabama, starting at 12 o'clock noon. 1513 12th Street, everybody's invited, and there'll be a reception to follow. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. District 3, Councilman Wiggins.
Just wanted to mention, since the other council members brought up road construction projects, we got an update on the Watermelon Road project today that the bid will be let at the end of this month, July 28th, I believe. And hopefully we will have a project beginning within about 60 days after that. So I know as somebody who drives Watermelon Road every day that it is in terrible shape, and I'm really looking forward to that project. That's all I've got.
Okay. Thank you. District 4, Councilwoman Dykes.
I just want to thank everyone who has reached out via email. The last few weeks, my email box has been inundated. I might not have gotten around to everybody, but I have really tried to respond individually to everyone, and I just appreciate those of you who have reached out, whether you're for or against the park. I have been overwhelmed, and I just appreciate everybody who supports it one way or the other. I just appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you. Under my district, I don't have any business tonight, except I do want to remind everyone that the Boys and Girls Club that's at the Hassan Center, they could really use some donations for arts and crafts. My wife and I were able to go last night and get a bunch of markers and various craft items to take over there. So we'll be doing that this week. And if there's anyone else that would like to take them something for the kids to do, especially on rainy days when they can't go outside and play, it would be much appreciated, and would appreciate anyone that has a heart to do so. That's all that I have under my business tonight. The next on the list is adjournment. Is there a member of council that would like to make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
That's a motion by Councilman Washington. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Councilman Wiggins. All in favor say yes?
Yes.
Yes. All opposed, same sign. We are adjourned. Thank you.